Welcome to Law's Pod. I'm Law, and this is my pod. The purpose of this pod is so that you've got a voice to listen to, and I've got an ear to yap in. Today is Sunday, February 1st, and we have made it through all of January. Congratulations! 1 month down, 11 more to go. Welcome back to the show. We've got a lot to chat about, so let's get going. So, how was my week? You know, it was one of those weeks that felt like it was so long and yet also so short. So many things happened. It also felt like every day was very, very long because it was so busy, even though I thought it wasn't going to be that busy. Just between work, how much I was teaching, demands from just everyday life. It just ended up being one of those weeks that was much longer than I thought it was going to be. But at the same time, it flew by because there was just so much going on. We started the week off watching the HBO spin-off for Game of Thrones called A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Another great episode. I do really feel like they are starting to build out what's coming for us, starting to build out the characters and the drama of what's going to come. I won't spoil any of it, but we did get one jousting scene, which was super. So I think if the rest of the season is going to be that kind of energy or that well shot, it will end up being a really, really great show. And of course, the comedy was still really good. The young kid that they have cast in it is perfect. I think it's just a really well balanced show. So I'm hoping that it continues as this direction and it does pick up a little steam because I think it deserves a little recognition. We've enjoyed watching it a lot. Both David and I are getting something out of the show, which is always good when you and your partner enjoy something together equally. I finally got my new blue light glasses in, and boy, have they helped a lot. As I mentioned, I'm teaching a lot and I'm working a lot, so I've been sitting in front of a computer screen almost 12 to 13 hours a day once it's all said and done. So having that little bit of light diffusion, light blockage has helped out a lot. And I do feel like my eyes are a little less strained from it. So I'm glad that I spent the $10 on those. I finished my book. So we're done with book 7 of the Zodiac Academy. Whew, that was a tough read. Where we are in the book, without spoiling it for you, is pretty dramatic. The characters are all facing these really extreme circumstances, and we had a really big battle and lots of death and lots of sadness, and it's just book 8 is also, I think, going to be a slog. So it was 954 pages. The next book is 959 pages. I've already started. I'm a couple chapters in. I'm hopeful that this one will move better. The last book, I felt like it was very repetitious. I felt like we were filling pages with the same emotional issues, struggles, reviewing the same plot points over and over again. So the 900 pages really didn't have to be 900 pages. It probably could have been 700 pages, and I got 200 pages of fluff. So I'm really hoping that book 8 is not 200 pages of fluff, that we really do keep the momentum of the story moving. David and I decided to have an end of the month meeting yesterday. So we sat down together. I made a PowerPoint. We talked about our successes for the month. We talked about our failures for the month. We talked about our goals for the coming month of February. We talked about our appreciation of each other and our needs moving forward in the month. And I think it was a very successful meeting. As a planner, it felt really good to put everything down, and I just went through and wrote it all out. It was good to reflect on even the small successes that I had and keep myself accountable for the things that I didn't quite reach. I'm also someone who deals with financial-based anxiety, which I think a lot of us have. And that stems from my time as a performer and being so meticulous about the way that I spend money. So sitting down and saying, this is all the money that I spent for the month, which I've never done before, really. I've never truly kept myself accountable that way. So really sitting down and looking at, this is the money that I had coming in, this is the money that I spent coming out. Was there any fat that I could trim? Or was there something that I spent money on that maybe wasn't worth it, or maybe was a necessity? Or, I noticed I spend a lot of extra money on the dogs because of their different needs, whether it's treats or toys or whatever it may be. Is there a way that I can find products that are equally as good, that maybe don't cost as much, because I do get them more high-end food, more high-end treats?